Well, Joel Penhorwood here with the Ohio AgNet. This is a heck of a pumpkin we're in front of, and that's because we're at South Plymouth Pumpkins, talking with our guest, Jared Persinger, just outside of Washington Courthouse. And you might think, well, I'm not sure if I've ever seen a pumpkin that big in Ohio before, and you'd be right. This is the record-setting pumpkin ever grown in Ohio. And Jared, congratulations to you for achieving this award, achieving this honor. Tell us a little bit about, tell us just about the pumpkin and what does this mean?
Well, the pumpkin is 2,505 pounds. I planted it April 15th, and I guess I've been babying it for 6 months, just about. Fastest growth happened, I think, between July and August. It was really stressful, but a lot of fun. It was definitely rewarding to get a pumpkin at the end of the season.
A lot of questions here out of this. How do you know that this is the biggest pumpkin in Ohio, the record setter?
There's a whole list. There's a committee that oversees weigh-offs, and they keep track of it. So the last record was set 2 years ago, and this might just hold the record for a year, maybe 2 years. But it's fun to have while I have it.
Mm-hmm. And as you were telling me, this is quite a in-depth hobby. Can be pretty expensive. Let's jump into that side of it. How long have you been doing this, and why do you do it?
This is my third year. I started a pumpkin patch 4 years ago, and I think the year after our first year at the pumpkin patch, I started seeing these giant pumpkins, and I kind of looked more into the hobby. And it was just the next step.
You said babying it.
Yeah,
what if all that entail?
Actual babying it. It was maybe an hour or two every day.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot. I'd wake up in the morning, I'd kind of think about the pumpkin, and before I go to bed, I'd think about it, and at lunchtime, I'd go out and check on it. There's a lot of different methods and work you have to do throughout growing it, and it's a daily thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, you talk about the daily thing. Are you feeding it nutrients? Are you watering it directly at the vine? Let's get some of those specifics.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking to farmers. They want to know how this thing was grown. So what can you tell us, and what are things you don't want to tell us? What are those secrets that you're going to keep just to yourself?
Well, I've been unsuccessful for the previous 2 years growing these giant pumpkins. And I tried them here at the farm. And then so I moved this year to my house. And I messaged a guy in the pumpkin community, sent him my soil sample, and he told me, this is what you want to do. You want to amend your soil kind of in thirds ahead of the plant growth. So before I put the seed in the ground, I amended 1/3, and then before the plant got to the middle, I amended that. And that kind of kept the pumpkin growing throughout the whole summer. And on top of that, I also used other fertilizers and beneficial bacteria. There's all kinds of products that you can use on these things. Mm-hmm. And I kind of dove in and did a little bit of everything. And
yeah,
I think I was pretty lucky.
Pretty lucky, or somebody who's been doing it for a few years and has known what to tweak. So when the rain shut off in August, probably no worry for this guy since you were babying it, watering it every day.
The ground I had it in had some clay in it, so it actually held water pretty well. I didn't have to water this pumpkin until August, I believe, because it was so wet. I think it's a miracle that the pumpkin even survived until August. And then once August came, I had drip tape set up, but I didn't even use it. I just started using hose water from my house. At that point, I think the pumpkin was just going to drink up anything.
Now, as you were telling me a little bit ahead of the interview here, the seeds from these big guys, these record holders, are pretty well sought after.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us more about that part of the world, maybe a little bit about the governing body of these pumpkin weighing competitions, all about that.
The seed for this specific pumpkin, I think I got for $50. I've seen them go upwards to about $100. Every state that can grow pumpkins has a club of giant pumpkin growers, and they all get seeds from around the country, and then they have auctions every weekend throughout the winter. So you could buy a seed for $100 and it won't even germinate.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm excited to cut this open and see how many seeds are in here and dry them out. Mm-hmm. And I'll donate to some auctions. Governing body is the Greater Pumpkin Commonwealth. They do all the weigh-offs. If it's, I think to mostly get an official weight, it needs to be through the Greater Pumpkin Commonwealth. Mm-hmm. I'm not 100% sure, but there are a lot of the big weigh-offs.
Mm-hmm. And tell us about you then, after it had grown, you took it from the patch to your weigh-off. Tell us about that whole item. You didn't technically win it, right?
No, I got
out of state. Oh,
yeah.
You did. Okay.
No, I got second.
Okay, you got second, but still the biggest in Ohio record holder here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what went through your mind there? Tell us about that competition.
I knew there was a chance for a state record, but I'm pretty much I'm a pessimist, so I was thinking, probably not. There's a way to measure them, and it was measuring around 2,200, and I think most of these seeds that have made it to the end of the season have been a little bit heavy, so I thought there was a chance. But yeah, I took it there, and I can't believe it was 2,500 pounds. It just growed throughout the entire season. So I never picked up a pumpkin either. So there was a whole contraption to pick up the pumpkin. So I bought that at the last minute when I thought that I was actually going to get a pumpkin to scale. And that's a really scary process in itself.
Yeah.
So luckily I was able to pick it up. There was no cracks or holes in it. And made the trip to the weigh-off, about an hour south.
Tips that you have to others say, hey, get into this hobby. You were telling me it's not the cheapest hobby in the world.
Yeah, if you want to really dive into it, you're going to spend money and you're going to get a little obsessed. If you just want a giant pumpkin, you can buy a good seed and take average care of it, and you'll still get. I mean, I throw these seeds just in the actual pumpkin patch, and I've gotten a pumpkin up to 500 pounds before. And that's not with doing any of the techniques to get them this big.
You've been doing it for a few years. Do you have your eyes set on some future years and some goals ahead?
I don't have any goals. I mean, I just want 2,000 pounds, I think, is the benchmark for, if you get 2,000 pounds every year, you're really good at growing giant pumpkins. I'm inclined to believe 2,500 pounds. I might have just got a little lucky, but we'll see.
We'll see.
I'll still keep growing every year because I'm having fun doing it.
Well, maybe the goal should be get to a point where you need to upgrade equipment to move it here, because that skid steer, it was taking all of it pretty much to get this thing over here. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, the skid steer lifts 3,000 pounds.
Right there.
And it was almost at that.
Well, before we leave, I want to talk a little bit about the farm. Tell us about the farm in general. Is it in addition to some of this unique practices you have over here?
Yeah, we grow corn and soybeans. Typical Ohio farm, pretty much. Enjoy doing it. I've been doing it for a little over 10 years now. And we got into the pumpkin business probably 4 years ago. Mm. And each year there's a little more people, and we add a couple more things to the pumpkins. Right now I do 5 acres of pumpkins, and I buy way too much seeds, but it's part of the fun.
But you're having a good time doing it?
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Very good. How does harvest progress look around this area?
A lot of people are finishing up soybeans or are finished soybeans, and we started in the corn probably 5 days ago. So it's coming along pretty well.
Well, thank you much for having us out here today, and good luck.
Appreciate
your future growing.
All right.
All right. Jared Persinger here of South Plymouth Pumpkins joining us here on the Ohio AgNet, and thanks to him for having us out here to see the largest pumpkin ever grown in the Buckeye State. For the Ohio AgNet, I'm Joel Penhorwood. Thanks for tuning in.